Hey folks, welcome. This is the month 11 update video for the Fight site. For those of you who do not know the history of the site or why it is called the Fight site, I recommend that you check out their previous videos. The link to the playlist is in the description. All right, so first, the elephant that is in the room at the end of May. Yes, there was a pretty significant Google update. There are a lot of people in our community who were impacted by this update, by the rollout of this, that has frankly continued to terrorize people into June. Yes, this site was impacted by the update, but the sad thing, for at least for this video, is that the stats, the graphs, don't necessarily show the extent of the impact, and we won't actually see what this looks like until the month 12 video. But what you're looking at here on the screen is my Google Doc spreadsheet, which shows you where the site was headed before the update rolled, I mean, past tense. You can see that in May, the site almost hit 20,000 page views a month. And while some of you out there may be scratching your heads thinking, well, it's month 11 and the site only has 20,000 page views, I mean, is this something we should be celebrating? And for me, I would say yes, for a few reasons. One, there just really isn't that much content on the site. Two, this is in the legal niche, so this is a very competitive, a very crowded space to play in, and I'm frankly pretty proud of myself that the site actually made it this far, given that it wasn't necessarily my main focus in the last 11 months, like at all. I really did focus much more significantly on the Mega site during this time. And you can see that while the site did not hit $100 a month yet, the site looked like it was on this trajectory to go there potentially soon, potentially by the end of the first 12 months. I'll just spoil the June, the month 12 video. It's probably not gonna happen now, but that's all right. That's all right. Not gonna stop working on this site. You can actually see that in May, I didn't do a ton of work on the site. I actually only posted one article to bring the total at the end of May to 144 articles. I didn't put any money into the site either. It was just sort of a month where I was looking at its progress and just waking up and checking analytics and being happy about watching the graph, like the way it just was an enjoyable site to check stats for every day of May until the update rolled out. So let's look at the graphs and see what the graphs will tell us. What you see here is the Google Analytics screenshot for the month of May. And you can see that around May 14th, there was a dip and then a spike in the next day. And I remember at the time, I may have even posted on the blog about it, that I was thinking that this was the beginning of like a major hockey stick. I was thinking, man, it is time that as soon as I wrap up this other thing, like I'm really gonna go in hard on this site. And then you can see as the site starts to head towards the end of May that a dip begins. This is the 12-month shot from Google Analytics, and you can see there right at the end that there's the spike and things look like they're looking up, and then the dips begin. The screenshot you're looking at here is from Google Search Console, and it is for the last 3 months showing the line of impressions. And you can see that in general things were up and down, up and down, and up and down, and for the most part that coincides with weekdays versus the weekend, and then the side of the mountain going down just starts to become longer. And it is certainly not as bad as some of what other folks are seeing, but I definitely felt derailed. And here's a quick look inside Big Data Analytics. This site is with Ezoic at this time. In the month of May, the site earned $81.78 with Ezoic. The site is not on Premium. You can see the EPMB is $4.28, which is definitely not mind-blowing, not gonna lie. Now, one thing I did notice when I was looking through the settings in the Ezoic dashboard for this particular site, that the optimization goals had somehow been clicked to user experience focus, and for the most part, I keep all of my sites on balance. I do know that the user experience focused settings would reduce the amount of ads that were placed on the site, and that may play some role in the current EPMB. I went ahead and switched that back to balanced, and we will see in the next month or two how that plays out as far as revenue. While I do feel a bit deflated about seeing my momentum sort of squashed, I do feel also emboldened. I still feel excited about the site and about its progress. I still believe that this is a project that I can make into something that is a valuable part of my portfolio. So for the month of June and beyond, moving into year 2 for the site, I'm just going to focus on putting up a lot more content. With the update now more than ever, I feel like it's important to have multiple properties that are earning so that in the event something happens, something big happens to one of my sites, that hopefully, fingers crossed, I will have other properties that will be able to take on the burden of supporting me and my family while I work things out. Until next time.